Greetings, this is Ashar Ahmed. I am submitting this video presentation as part of my final report and presentation submission for the AI professional course. The topic I have chosen for my analysis is Google Duplex Google Assistant System. Now, what's a virtual assistant? It's basically an application that can help you with your chores. It can answer questions for you, it can set up alarms, uh, it can find information you're looking for on the internet. Google Assistant is one such a virtual assistant which is capable of having two-way conversations, and it can do so in both text and speech format. It can take both text and speech input and also give text and speech output. Google Google Duplex can be considered an extension of Google Assistant, in that no, no, start now. Google Duplex can be considered an extension of Google Duplex can be considered a more human extension of Google Assistant, as it makes phone calls to businesses regarding appointments and reservations and speaks to them as if it were a human being. We can see here how the combination of Google Duplex and Google Assistant works. So first we have the user giving the input to Google Assistant as to what it expects it to do, and then Google Assistant then provides the information to Google Duplex, which then contacts the businesses, speaks with them, and comes to a conclusion whether or not reservation is possible, and then provides this information to Google Assistant, which it then conveys to the user. The scope of Google Duplex Google Assistant system mostly involves making reservations at hospitality industries, service industries, such as restaurants, hairdressers, clinics, etc. The stakeholders involved here are, of course, Google LLC, millions of users of Google, and multiple businesses that will be and are affected with by this technology. According to Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, Duplex is a culmination of years worth of research and technology in natural language processing, machine learning, and text to speech. The need for such a system exists because most smaller businesses even now do not use online bookings for making reservations. This is because the transition from phone call bookings to online bookings is quite expensive, and online booking services are notoriously expensive. So with Google Duplex, the user will just have to let Google Assistant know what they intend to do or where they want to go at a certain period of time, and the combination of Google Assistant and Google Duplex will take care of the rest and let the user know if it was possible to get them an appointment or not. Some of the benefits of Google Duplex are that the smaller businesses that do not have online bookings can still have access to customers that prefer to make their bookings via Google Assistant. Duplex will remind users of their booking, thereby overcoming human error of no-shows due to forgetfulness. Duplex will update information on its data. Duplex will update information on the Google database regarding the big businesses, timings, availability, rush hours, popular dishes, how expensive it can be, by the feedback it receives over call, and by the multitude of appointments it's gonna try and book. As discussed earlier, the user does not have to make a phone call, thereby saving him time and effort. Google Assistant will just get the job done for him. Since the users do not have to communicate directly with the business themselves, Duplex can positively impact lives of those that do not speak the local language, have difficulty communicating, have speech or hearing impairment. A system so complex will obviously have to take into consideration plenty of ethics. So some of the ethical issues revolving around the Google Duplex Google Assistant system are that Google Duplex did not inform the person receiving the call that they are speaking with an AI, which might not seem like a big deal, but I'm fairly certain that if the respondents of the call were to know that they were speaking to a machine, they would have reacted differently. Why did Google have to take such extra steps to humanize it so much? To me, it just seems like over here Google let their competitiveness get the better of them and disregarded ethics in the process. A system so complex is still prone to crime and fraud, spammers and fraudsters calling uh, demanding for information for money transfers or potential investments in stock markets. With every passing day, it gets harder and harder to distinguish between AI and alive organisms. Where do we draw the line? Yeah, so from the demo, we could see very clearly that the humans were unable to say that they were speaking to an AI. Is Google going to reveal over a call? Um, so we all agree that the user has the right to know that they are speaking to an AI, but just how much information will Google have to reveal while making a call via duplex? Google, as of yet, does not explain how duplex and assistant get the job done. The user does not even get a transcript of the conversation. Duplex has had to make the reservation. There's also plenty of claims going around on the internet that the virtual assistants record our voices even when they are not in use. If that is the case, then it's a serious breach of personal privacy and security. Gender bias in virtual assistants is a very serious threat to overall well-being of the human society because some as per some study it was found that when in need of information people generally prefer a feminine voice because people generally prefer a feminine voice, but also the fact that the virtual assistants are subservient and listen to whatever we say, it translates to us treating women the same in real life, which is not healthy at all. Individual well-being concerns with every passing day as the assistants grow more reliable. The need for us to interact with other human beings only dwindles. Social impact: people at the personal assistant work line are likely to become obsolete as virtual assistants get better and offer more services every day. AI autonomy: we see here how Duplex and Assistant are capable of carrying out a really complex task on their own without any human supervision. But it, for our own sake and for the better functioning of the AI products, it's best to set up some kind of supervision or a human check every now and then. Some of the best possible practices to deal with the above discussed concerns are: as a general ethical rule, humans must be informed they are dealing with AI. Inclusive and diverse teams from different sections of society, such as lawyers, doctors, social scientists, etc., that can identify different biases or social implications or consequences of a certain system in a particular product is important. Ethical hackers, of course, trying to find errors in the system, potential loopholes, potential privacy breaches, potential security breaches, and trying to fix the weaknesses of the AI product, such as Duplex. Legal bodies around the world have to set up AI related departments that are continuously amending the laws and regulations with the ever progressing field. Transparency in the functioning of the system and also about the information being collected is vital. Google Assistant, for that matter, all of the virtual assistants must alert the user every time their data is being recorded, and make sure that it adheres to the Privacy Act. Having more representation of all the genders in the teams designing a particular product will help get rid of any gender biases in the product. Individual well-being, it's best if people take some time off of technology and spend some time with other humans for their overall psychophysiological well-being. Google and other AI corporations dealing with AI must adopt an ethics first policy where the first consideration in any product design is ethics. A standard of minimum human supervision or a supervision index for every AI application so that it does not go rogue, since AI do not have any understanding of what ethics is, and perhaps to prevent the possibility of our interests clashing with what the AI thinks best for us. Some of the conclusions I have drawn from this study are that Google Duplex is sound evidence of the capabilities of AI. Google Duplex very easily passed the Alan Turing test. With such powerful AI, the responsibility and the accountability also increases, and we have to be prepared beforehand before deploying any AI technologies of this magnitude. So it also brought to light that a company at the forefront of technological advancement and with perhaps some of the best minds on the planet failed to see how it failed ethically in the product design and had to face severe backlash because of that. This instance is a wake up call to all corporations, governments, society in general that AI, AI development should involve members from all sections of the society so that how and what implications a particular product in what sector uh, might all be considered before actually going forward with the plan to develop the project. Certain ethical guidelines must be followed by all the corporations that work with AI. Until proper governing rules around AI are formulated, it's best to be deal with AI as a tool that needs to be handled with care, not to experiment with it, and always to take extra precautions. Monitoring and supervising AI applications is also quite important. Thank you.